Yeah. Okay, so first of all, let's start from the higher time frame. Right. Let's start from the higher time frame. Let's rate a storyline. Okay. Let me do that together. Right. So as you all know, to get a directional bias, you need to first start from what? The higher time frame. Okay. So when you come on the chart, make sure you are starting from either the monthly time frame, the weekly time frame, or the daily time frame. Okay. These three time frames are what will give you your directional bias. Okay, good. So if you watch the storyline video too on my YouTube channel too, you understand how to read storyline. Okay, you understand how to read the storyline. All right. So on the daily time frame, you have this daily rejecting daily over here. Let's start from this level from here, right? So over here you can see we have daily rejecting daily, right? Daily need to close. Then on one time frame lower, which is H4, we need to see a bullish breakout, okay, in order for us to have a confirmed daily bullish star line. Okay, so now we have daily rejecting daily. We need to move one time frame lower, which is H4. Okay, good. So on H4, right, you can see we have this breakout over here. Pay attention. Okay, you can see we have this breakout over here. This bullish H4 breakout over here. Okay, so this is the important thing that we need. Okay, this is the most important thing that we need over here, right? So I think I did a breakdown and I shared to you guys that was last week. Okay, but unfortunately we missed this. I missed this particular entry because I've refined it, okay, based on the EEC strategy. Price supposed to, come into this level before moving up, right? So I was contemplating if I should make an entry over here based on a trend line because I saw a valid trend line over there. But then, sometimes it happens. Okay. So we have this H4 breakout over here. Okay, so all we need is for price to pull back into this level, then make our buy entries, right? Then the next target is what is our daily resistance. Okay, so if price is in the daily bullish storyline, then what you need to do is to mark your daily resistance. So let's quickly go back to the daily time frame and mark our daily resistance that we have. Okay, so over here you can see we have this resistance over here, right? Which is fresh. We need fresh, okay? Then, excuse me. Then over here too, we have what? We have this left shoulder over here, but you can see price has already tested it. We can also see another one over here, right? We are marking our daily what resistance because if price start from a daily support, then the probability of it ending at daily resistance is also very high. I understand. That's why you need to mark all these levels down. Okay, good. So we have daily rejecting daily H4. We have our bullish H4 breakouts. Price pullback into what this H4 level over here. So you can see we have this H4 level over here. So you we can what probably make entry from what this H4 levels over here. Okay. Because if on a daily storyline, H4 acts as what our entry and also acts as what our roadblocks. Okay, so you need to understand. So if you pay much attention to I'll throw some light on how to identify roadblocks on the way. Okay, so roadblocks basically are the obstacles that forms along the way. Okay, they prevent price from moving smoothly into their direction. You understand? I think this should make it more understandable. Okay, so let's assume that we have we have this over here. Okay, then price comes all the way to mitigate a level over here. Right, price comes to mitigate what? A buy zone over here. Now the target is what? Is this highs over here. Okay, this is where the target is. This high over here. Okay, but then when price started buying, we have this sell zones or sell levels over here. And when price got there, gets there, it do what it sells, breaks, get there, it sells. You understand? So these are our roadblocks. So roadblocks can also serve as what? Entry, right? But you should know the difference between a roadblock and then the main setups so that you won't be taking roadblock trades as your main your main entries. You understand? Yeah, so these are roadblocks that we have. Sometimes too, you can use the roadblock as your CP levels. Okay, you can use the roadblock as your CP levels. Right. So H4 we said is going to act as roadblock and then also entry for us. Okay. So over here we can have what we can have this zone over here, right? And you can also mark this one also over here. Okay, you can see this fresh H4 hidden engulfing over here. Okay, hidden engulfing. And then you can see the reason why price reacted or this level hold over here is because of the daily level. Okay, because of this daily level that we have. But then, okay, so a new storyline became from that level. Next, last week, I wasn't really active. Okay, I wasn't really active, so I wasn't able to share any of my trades or entry. Okay, I didn't trade. So we have this H4 breakout after daily confirmed a rejection. Okay, we had a daily rejecting daily H4 breakout. Now we make our entry over here, and our target is what we are holding because we are in the H4 bullish storyline. Okay, sorry, daily bullish storyline. Okay, so we are holding on to the next what daily levels, right? But then we'll be cautious with what the H4 roadblocks on the way. Okay. So when price gets to every daily resistance, we'll check if price what rejects it or not. But if price break above it, then we'll continue to hold it. Okay. So over here you can see this H4, sorry, this daily resistance over here. You can see we have this one also over here. I will have a price break and close above its bullish. So the next day, right, you have to know that what the bullish trend continues based off what the storyline. Okay. So this one didn't hold. This one didn't hold. The one that held is what this one over here. Now I'll show you the reason why what or how you can what make an entry from what from this level back here. Okay. Show you guys. So let's go back to the H4 level. So on H4, we made this entry over here, price and started pushing up. Okay. Good. So let me show you why price is reacting to this power refine. So over here on H1, right? On H1 over here, okay, I have my EC set up over here. Okay, which my entry is this level or is this zone over here. And H1, this is where my entry is. Okay, so I had my limits order set over here. At my limit order set over here. I was targeting what the daily levels, okay? But then I extended it all the way up. Yeah, I extended it all the way up. But then I was paying attention to the daily levels too that we have. Okay. So price came he didn't tap me in. And then I still know that what the zone needs what to be mitigated or collected. Every zone at all, which is what a valid zone, needs to be collected, okay, before if it will fail, it will fail, okay. That's what I was telling you guys out. We can what have 100 to 200 pips before if price will fail, it will fail. So we will see how H4 candle will close. If H4 closes with a rejection over here, then the probability of price coming into this level is very high. Okay, so if this is our next sell level, okay, so if price come here and then what it fails, then you know that what we are continuing our what our bullish trend. Okay, so this pullback or this drop over here is just going to be a pullback for what a bullish continuation. You understand? But if price come to this level over here, then gives a self confirmation, then we are coming all the way back towards this zones. Okay, so every zone, as I said, needs to be collected. Okay, so price will come here, right? Then we can have a bullish movement also over here, right? This H4 zone, but if you move to the daily, we have a good confirmation zone, okay, which I've been waiting for so many days now, okay, which is this level right here. Right, so when price comes to this level right here, you're going to have a massive buy continuation again. Okay. Yeah, so let's go back to H4. Okay. So over here, right, we had price missing our limits and then shooting all the way up to what this daily level over here. Okay, so we had daily level. I used two servers, okay, to confirm what price is doing. So over here, you can see we had price closing inside this level over here. But if you check one that we had a rejection over there. Okay, yes, over here we had a rejection kind of over here because price didn't really break above it. Okay, so let's go back to the sub. So we had this over here. Then on H4, if a new storyline need to begin from what the daily because we had our storyline, our previous storyline was from a daily support. Okay. So a new storyline will still begin from what? From the daily time frame. Okay. So we had a daily rejecting daily, which is um the resistance, yeah. So we had a daily rejecting daily resistance. And H4, we need what? We need a bearish breakout. Okay. So let me show you guys one way to confirm breakout. Call it the traditional SNR. But I prefer us using it on the higher time frame. The least time frame is what? The H4. Okay, traditional SNR. Okay. So over here, you can see we have what? This bearish engulfing over here. So we have this bearish engulfing after price what rejected the daily level that we have over here. We had what H4. We had H4 what H4 breakout. Okay. So when you have bearish engulfing from the higher time frame, when you move down to the lower time frame, that's what the breakout you're going to see something like this. Okay. So that's the concept behind us using we use it to confirm what um, breakouts early, okay, before it even happens. So we have this breakout over here, and then price pulled back into what? Into this zone, sell zone over here. Okay. So we have what? This sell zone confirmed over here. Right. So we have this sell zone confirmed over here. So price tapped and then it's sold again. Now another directional bias again. You can see we have another H4 bearish engulfing again. Okay. So we can probably keep just using engulfing and you can make your entries. We have this trend line also over here as well, a confirmation or entry. I use trend line for my entries. Okay, so you can see we have this trend line. You can see price tapping into into this, and then price started dropping. But let's go down to the lower time frame and let me show you how to, you know, get good entries. Okay, so after we have what we got this sell from this level by here from H4. Now on H1, you can see we have what we have this field engulfing over here, right? So over here, so you can see we have this field engulfing right over here. So this is how you mark your zone now instead of what marking it from the H4. Okay, so we have our trend line on H4, our zone on H1, right? So you can see beautiful over here. The entry is going to be what on this trend line. Okay, so you can see for the past couple of weeks now, gold has been so volatile, right? And one candle can even give you more than 200 pips, right? So one way you can use it is you can see one H1 candle is almost 140 pips, right? So you can refine your zone or take a confirmation entry. So this is something that you need to also pay attention to. Let me quickly show you guys confirmation entry, how to take it, right? So we have different types of engulfing. Okay, we have different types of engulfing. I won't go that deep. Won't go that deep, okay? But then if you don't want um bigger stop loss, okay, you can just use the confirmation entries, right? So when you have, let's say, H1 zone, good. When you have H1 zone, right, it's your H1 sell zone. You're anticipating price tapping here and then sell it. But then let's assume that the zone is wide and big, okay, and you don't want to risk that using big stop loss, okay. What you can do is to wait for price to come H1 price to mitigate H1 what zone over here. And then when you scroll down to one time frame lower, you can see how I'm using my time frames. Okay, we call it time frame coordination. I don't just switch from H4 all the way to M15 or M5. I do it what one time frame at a time. Okay, so if this H1, you need to see price coming into this zone. H1 candle needs to close with a rejection below, need to close inside of below, shouldn't close above. When price close above, then the zone has failed. Okay, so we have this rejection. Then one time frame which is the M30, we want to see a bearish engulfing. Okay, so when you see a bearish engulfing over here, this is a confirmation entry. Okay, you mark your bullish candle over here and you wait for the third candle to just tap into, and then we have our sell. Okay, so master this one and start killing it. So we use these stuffs to go full margin on that stuff. Okay. So over here we had on M30 and so we have this called this QM engulfing. So we mark this bullish candle over here. You can see when price come into this zone, we start what's making our entry. You can see price what collapse from here. Then we had another entry also over here. Right, so we had another entry also over here, right, with the same confirmation. So just look at this, the same confirmation. We have this bullish short candle over here, and our entry is what is right from here. And you can see a massive drop to the downside. Okay, so if you miss this one also, you can have, if you just join, just put yourself. So if you miss this entry over here, you can see another entry over here. Right, our entry is this one over here, this candle over here. immediately come inside the execute. Okay. So these are some of the things that need to know. Now let's go back to using the roadblock, combining everything to make to get a beautiful what trade plan. Okay. So after price was mitigated this H4, right? We can see we have these roadblocks on the way. We have this one. Let's go to H1. So on H1, you can see we have what these roadblocks on the way. Okay. So that's the main reason why price. Before every pullback, there's a reason for price pulling back. Okay, you see that a roadblock or a continuation or something, you understand? So we had price was tapping into this buy zone. A lot of people were still anticipating this bullish continuation over here, not knowing that price tapping towards a daily resistance. Then we had what's a new storyline. Okay, so currently in what we are in a bearish daily storyline. Okay, so bullish storyline completes at what uh, daily resistance. Okay, after we have what a breakout after rejection. Okay, so we had this daily storyline which gave us over 2,000 pips. Okay, now we have another what bearish storyline which also gave what 2,000 pips, right? So currently we need to see if what price goes. Price has already mitigated our H1 zone, and then H4 you can still see that what the momentum of the bearish candle is what is very strong, but then it still needs to react. That's why it's reacted. Now we need H4 to reject and close above this zone. Okay, then we can go to the lower time frame and see if we can get our confirmation entries. Okay, then we can write. Okay, so let's see. Okay, yeah. So this also creates in a nines. We have a nine breakout over here. You can see where we have this kind of traditional scenario over here, right? So a breakout, a pullback, we have this and have this vibes over here. Okay, yes. So this M5 setup, right? And then we still need what H1 and H4 to close the bullish short movement or intent, right? All right, so if you have any question, you can quickly ask. Okay, so please can you, yeah, I'll put the recording into the group. I really want to understand how we draw your trend line. Can I draw trend line? Yeah, trend line, you can draw it on any time frame you wish. So it depends on, you don't just pull our trend lines on your, it needs to align with something. Okay, so trend line, let me tell you, it gives us a lot of what's confluence. It can give you the directional bias. It can tell you earlier that price want to break, a structure or is going to hold. Okay, and then it also help us to manage our trades. Okay, yes, and we use it for our entries. So trend line are mostly for entries and telling us if we should cut loss or we should hold. I don't have any plan for bootcamp yet, so yeah. So if you have any question, you can quickly ask. If you have any question, you can quickly ask and just type it. Any question? Just type it in the comment section. Or all right, guys. So if there's no question, yes, but so
There's questions. We've asked questions in the comment section, please.
I've answered all. I'll
I
post.
asked the question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Yes, please.
What's your question?
So
Prince.
I was
Okay.
asking,
So you have a zoom down and an engulf with above. How would you know that the engulf will be both? So you don't just a zone alone, okay? It's not what is going to give you your entry. It's the current market price. You understand? We call it a CMP. So if the current market price, let's assume that we have H1 engulf field over here, right? And then you have this. Let's say you're not a high risk entry taker. Okay, you want a confirmation before taking your entry. Good. You have your H4 trend line over here, price mitigated. This trend line close above it. Now on one time frame lower, which is the M30, you're able to see your confirmation entry. Yeah, so you just take it. So always you can have two types of entries, the high risk entry and then the confirmation entry. Is that clear?
yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes. Excellent. All right, any other question? Any other question?
Hey, bro, are you going to put the recording in the group? Just joined late.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'll post it.
Cheers, bro.
Sure, bro. Yeah, so trend lines, they are not just lines that we just pull. Okay, we have different types of trend line, how we draw them. So it's something special. It's not just pulling of normal trend line that you see everybody. Okay. So if you want to learn more, you can just join the one-on-one mentorship, or if you can also catch up, if you know you can catch up with a bootcamp student, then you can also pay and join that one. We have only had two sessions that we started last um, Thursday. Yeah, so today will be our third day. Okay, 7:30 p.m. That's when we start. So we have sessions, and after every session, we give out assignments for the students to do after marking it before we continue with our, you know. All right, guys. So if there's no more question there, I'll post it. Make sure you watch it and practice it. All right. Most people don't know how to practice. Let me show you guys. If let's say you have your phone and then you have your laptop, you can either watch the video on your phone, or if you have your two, desktop, you have your two monitors. Make sure you watch one on the other, then you open your trading view and you practice on the other one. Yeah, so I said I don't have any plan for any next boot camp. I don't know when next boot camp will come. I just feel like, just having that boot camp and then we made it happen. But I don't have any plan on any boot camp again. Okay. Yes. But if you want to join the current one, we just had two sessions. Today is the third day. If you still want to join, you can just talk to my PA. All right, guys. So see you guys. If I see any beautiful or any nice entry, either I sell or buy, I'll send it to you guys. So hours, I have my buy position over here. I'm still keeping eye over here. Okay. Still keeping eye over here.
Sir, please, the last question, please.
Yeah. Sometimes the zone hold and goes up and comes back. How do you know it's good again? Yeah, so actually every zone, right, can be used twice. Okay. Every zone can be used twice. Well, we have rules of using a zone twice, which I can tell you here. You need to see something before taking the second entry or retest of a zone. Okay. But I would like to use what's a fresh zone. Okay. See you guys soon.